painful. So this is a public service announcement. If you want to be our friends,
Please
be our friends. Man, I've been battling a fucking migraine or headache for the past 5 days.
What?
Sucks, dude. I was like
5
whimpering
days?
all night last night because
Really?
it hurt so fucking bad. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It varies in severity. So like right now it's pretty fine. But man, by the end, I've had to like end my nights early every night because I'm just like I can't look at a screen. I can't be upright. Just my head hurts so fucking bad.
You think it's eye strain?
No, I don't know what it is. Maybe
It doesn't
but
get
could
better
be.
when you step away from screens?
It gets better when I'm horizontal and I'm just like not moving.
Mm.
Yeah,
Man.
I hate headaches. I don't know the difference between headaches and migraines, but if I classify it as like if it hurts bad enough that I like can't do something, I consider that a migraine.
Yeah.
I really don't know the fucking difference.
I don't know either.
But
yeah, I feel the same. If it's debilitating, it's a migraine.
yeah, not fun.
Man, I'm sorry. That really sucks.
Oh, that's okay. How about you? How you doing?
I'm all right, man.
What's wrong?
You know what? I kind of hate the place we're living right now.
Oh, I hate to hear that.
Like it's a nice place, but we have so many bug problems.
Dude, it's right.
And
go on.
And we are clean people, very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like we will do a full clean once a week.
Once a week?
Like like Leslie will clean the bathrooms every single week. I'll like sweep and mop the floors every single week, vacuum every single week. Like we don't leave food out. We never leave. Like we're very clean.
Are you getting behind, like moving furniture and getting behind the shit? Like,
no.
Okay, but you're still tidying up.
Yeah.
I sweep and mop. I mop every other week, and I sweep every week, and I don't really clean the bathrooms every week, but Grace will. I don't ever clean the bathrooms.
Well,
that's her job.
Yeah. Like, Leslie cares. Dirty bathrooms drive her crazy, so she cleans them. Dirty floors drive me crazy, so I clean the floors.
Yeah.
We basically just have split up the jobs by what drives us the most crazy when it's dirty.
Got it.
So our bug problems are not from being dirty people.
It's
because
life of living in Texas.
No, because everywhere else we've lived, we haven't had problems like this. There's something about this specific place.
What kind of bugs are you encountering?
Roaches.
No.
Yes.
That sucks, dude.
Lots of spiders.
That's good.
Not for me.
Well,
not for somebody with arachnophobia.
It's good in the sense that if you didn't have them, you'd have more bugs because they're eating a lot of the bugs that you don't like.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel better.
It should.
It doesn't. I've had pest control come out multiple times. I'm gonna call them back. They just came out last week, or this week, and if I don't see like a significant reduction in the amount of bugs I'm seeing, like I'm killing 1 to 2 roaches a night.
That's too many,
and that means there are dozens and dozens all around at all times.
Yeah, they need to fucking fix it.
But they're not the German roaches, so they're not the roaches that infest a house.
They're just the big ones, the horrifying ones?
So I've been going down the rabbit hole. They're called smoky brown roaches.
Oh, that sounds nice.
So there could be an infestation like in the water lines. That could be a nest down there.
Oh, man.
Because those roaches don't like being in houses. They only come in because they're looking for water.
Okay.
So I'm trying all of these things. I'm trying keeping all of our drains closed, making sure there's no water anywhere. We're gonna like buy one of those torches so we can burn all the leaves in our backyard to make sure there's nowhere for them to be.
Yeah, burn the leaves.
Well, so our yard is it's mostly gravel. It's like gravel with some plants.
Oh.
So we can't rake the leaves up.
Got it. Okay. Didn't understand.
Yeah, yeah, I clarified that. Man, it sucks. I hate it. I hate bugs,
I
and I
that's
hate that we should not, as clean people, we should not be dealing with bugs.
no, and it's mostly cockroaches, which is horrifying. It's one of
Yeah,
the worst bugs.
yeah, I hate them.
I've been having an uptick in the amount of bugs we've had here, and since we moved here, we've had zero bug problems. Like, yeah, spider here and there, but other than that, nothing. And this past month, I've been seeing earwigs.
Ew.
Those
Yeah.
gross me the fuck
Yeah.
out. Um, Thankfully, Havel gets them. We also have just houseflies, which is annoying as fuck. But again, our cats eat them, which
That's
is
nice.
good. But I still don't like having them. I'm wondering. I like clean out the drains when I clean the sink, and I do clean my sink pretty often. But when I lift up, sometimes you have one side that's like a little screw on. You pull it off to clean under it. I'll see stuff that I'm like, is that food or is that a larva? Like it looks like a grain of rice. I'm like, that's disgusting. And so like I poured vinegar down there yesterday. I don't know the right way to clean it, but it really grosses me out.
Yeah.
I hate bugs.
So this morning, I wake up and I go to make coffee, and I open up the the part where you pour water into it, and a little spider just ran down into the reservoir up
Oh,
under the lid.
oh,
And
nice.
I was thinking, okay, fuck.
Yeah.
So I got to get it out. And I was banging on it. I was shaking it. I started pouring water in it and dumping it out. I never saw it come out. So I
That's
think
hence,
I'm
hence the store bought coffee.
right. So I think I'm just gonna throw that whole thing away.
Jesus, dude.
I mean, what? It's in there. I don't.
Did you run the machine with it in there?
I haven't run it yet.
Just run the machine with just water. Burn that shit
Part
out.
of me is thinking I've been wanting to drink less coffee anyway, so maybe I'll just throw the whole fucking thing away.
All right.
I know that seems ridiculous, but I've also told you a story about a time I drank a spider,
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
You know what? I switched to instant coffee recently, and that's been pretty great. There's no spiders in it because you look at every grain you put into your cup.
Oh.
That sucks. Yeah, I don't like bugs either. But you should really have a pest control fix that shit. I know that you've tried,
Yeah.
but they got to fix it. We had like some mosquito problems, and we had a guy come out. He's like, yeah, for like $120 every 3 months, so $30 a month basically. We'll come out and put this treatment out, and we'll get rid of your mosquitoes. Didn't work, and in fact, I think we have more mosquitoes. And I looked in the thing, and they breed in there because it's like a standing liquid, and there's just like mosquito larvae in there. And I was like, is this normal? He's like, yeah, it attracts them so that they breed in there and then they die. I'm like, well, I see them wiggling. Like, pretty sure they could just get up and get out of there at some point. Like, this just does not work. And so we ended up getting rid of it. And we got those little tiki torches, and those work.
Yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah.
I wonder, are those like toxic?
They're citronella. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't really know anything about them.
But I'd rather have tiki torches toxics than mosquito bites. Dude, when I sit out there and there's a bunch of mosquitoes, like
It's awful.
I will itch for days.
Yeah.
And I'll like they normally go for my ankles for some reason. And I'll just tear up my ankles in my
Mhm.
sleep. Not good.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Excuse me.
So if you had to guess why I might be mad at you, why do you think I'd be mad at you? This is like playful mad.
Maybe because I don't want to wear a tunic.
Nope.
Okay. Is this? Can I ask for a hint?
Yeah, we talked about it last podcast.
Why you might be mad at me? See, I'm really bad at these games because I have such a bad memory.
Okay. Let me tell you a little story. Last week we were like, let's buy this game. It's a $30 game. We're gonna play it with 8 people.
Yeah.
And so we get on this game, and first off, you start off pretty hot because we had to wait about 45 minutes to get. We all sat there at 8 p.m. and then Ben had issue. No offense to Ben, this isn't his fault. It just happens. Ben had issues for like 45 minutes to an hour, and I could tell your steam levels were rising.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, let's just
Because
go,
that
let's
shit
just
drives
go,
me
let's just go,
absolutely
let's just
crazy.
go. And so we ended up finally playing around 9, and we got 2 matches in, and then you go, yeah, you know, Gilby, you're third impostering. If you're not the bad guy, don't pretend to be the bad guy. And you go, I don't think we're going to be able to play with this group because some people are just not playing it right.
That is not what I said.
And
that is not what I said. But go on.
Yeah, and I was like, it's been 2 matches. I was like, I'm just trying to play the game. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. And you're like, no one's getting coal. Dude. I tried to get coal, and every time I go out, like, by the time I get to any coal, it fucking gets cold, and we got to go back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm figuring it out. We're 2 matches in, and we only played one more match after that, and I was the bad guy, and I won. I think you were already mad about other people, because then we had another technical issue between the first and second round that lasted 30 minutes. It's probably had an hour and a half of technical issues and an hour to play.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little frustrated by all that, which I feel like is understandable.
It is.
Because when you spend all this time trying to coordinate getting 8 people on, and nobody checks their fucking computer to make sure the game's working beforehand,
Don't look at me. I was
I know, but I'm saying,
I even did the tutorial.
But I'm saying that I feel like that is an understandable reason why it might be a little hot.
Totally.
Okay. Now, while we're playing the game, fucker. What I said and I was not the only one who thought this. Okay, this isn't me.
This isn't making me feel better. This is making me less want to play games.
It's because this is a social deduction game.
And that's what I was doing.
This is a game where if you in Dread Hunger, you have a limited window of daylight where you can safely go out and gather resources. Mm-hmm. If during that limited window, and I understand we were all trying to figure it out, but I think by the second game we all realized, okay, we can't.
The first game, I was the bad guy. I died in 2 minutes because I didn't know what I was doing and I was locked up. So I spent the whole first game doing nothing. Besides listening to people like, did Gilby die? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. and then so the second game comes and Foxen's like, everyone play your roles. Like, if you're the hunter, go hunting. If you're the captain, if you're the navigator, you're going to navigate. And so I was the guy with the fucking gun. And so I saw Ben try to kill someone. I killed Ben, and then I went to guard the cell. And then I guarded the cell. And then someone else tried to free Ben, so I killed him. And I'm like, I have the 2 bad guys. No one else come here. I'm guarding the cell. I wasn't sure if the person that tried to free Ben was the bad guy, but I knew Ben was. So I had to guard it to make sure no one else was coming to fuck with it. But then people would come and fuck with it anyway. So I wasn't the only one like goofing off and fucking around.
No, I agree.
We're having fun. I was having a blast until you go, we're just not going to be able to do this with this group.
No, what I said was, I'm not sure that we can play this game with this group. That wasn't a definitive statement. That was because what ended up happening was everybody was just on the boat for hours arguing about who's the bad guy.
Again, social deduction game.
That's not how this game works.
But it's the second or third. Like, I'm sure we'll figure it out the more we play. But
I agree.
It is fun to just fucking goof off and be like, he's the bad guy. And I don't know why you think I'm the bad guy when I'm not doing bad guy stuff. You just think I am because I'm playing the role. Like, I was a priest, and I was like, what do priests do? So I tried to make you my boyfriend, and you.
No. You're going to grossly misrepresent the situation.
Go on.
It's because what you did was follow me around for an entire day talking about how you were going to have sex with me in the game.
I didn't say the word sex. I said, be my boyfriend. And also I said, you were the first mate. You had the gun on this round. Mm-hmm. So I'm a priest with a shovel. I need protection. I'm playing the role. I was told to play the role.
Don't be stupid.
It's a role-playing game. I'm just having fun. All I'm saying is that it made me feel bad after you were like basically telling me I'm not playing it right. And you are saying that. Because that's what you're saying right now. I'm not playing it right. That hurts my feelings.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just might not play those games with you anymore.
No, you have to
Yeah.
try
Uh,
again.
But I don't want to. I'm ruining your good time.
No, you're not.
I clearly was.
No, you were
You
not.
were so angry by the end of that game.
I wasn't so angry. You think I get so mad when I'm like, guys, we have to stop fucking around if we want to like try to learn this game. That's not so angry.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
It may be like I would say annoyed.
You were skewing between angry and annoyed. You're pretty skewing hard angry. To me.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. It's hard to tell, but yes. Okay. I just want to tell you how I felt. I'm not really mad at you. It hurt my feelings.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
And I got real. Then I couldn't even prove to you how good I could play because the next round I was the bad guy, and just had to kill everyone and call in zombies.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty fun game, even though like the good guys couldn't win.
Well, so what we talked about, I think we talked about it like the next night we were playing some League or something. I think there is a way to play that game that makes a lot more sense than the way we were playing it, which is assigning jobs to people and having a buddy system. That way if there are two people whose job it is to get coal and coal is not being fed into the engine, it's pretty clear who is maybe the bad guy. So I think that's maybe a way the good guys can have some advantage and a leg up. Yeah. It seems really hard.
It seems really hard. And it also seems like, man, that coal goes really fast.
Yeah, it does.
And the time to get coal is so minimal.
But at every game, when we would go get coal, half of it would be thrown out because the bad guys were just taking it out of the engine.
I never took coal out of the engine.
I know, but I'm saying we always felt like we were coal starved because people would the bad guys would go find the coal and then throw it into the river and then take it out of the engine and throw it into the river.
Yeah.
And we were just
that was fun. Like on that last round, they finally unlocked the armory and there was like muskets and stuff. And I went in there when everyone was like grabbing. And I was like, oh, I want stuff too. And I like took a bunch of musket ammo and I went to the river. And I like threw it in the river.
So great.
This is great.
Yeah, no, I think that game is a lot of fun. And I had fun when we were playing. I got annoyed because you were the only person doing this. It was just that when we were sitting in daylight in these precious few minutes we had to gather resources and everybody's just pointing fingers and arguing on the boat. I'm just thinking like, this is not like, I want to try to win the game.
I definitely don't think they give the good guys enough wiggle room for those arguments. Like you can't pause the game to argue.
Yeah.
And when you get out of, and I'm just sitting there trying to guard the cages. I'm like, stay away from these cages.
No, I think that was actually smart on your part to guard those cages.
I thought so too. Man, but yeah, it was pretty fun.
Okay, well, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. It's
okay.
am.
I'll get over it one day. All right, what do you got?
Oh, man. Speaking of hurting your feelings.
Oh, God. What do you want to say that's bad about me?
No. I the other day, I periodically will think about the story you told me about the party that you threw that nobody came. Mm-hmm. And when I do think about that, I think, do I want to die right now? And it's usually yes.
All right,
I don't want to live with this memory in my brain.
Well, I'm sorry. We had to
No. You shouldn't be sorry.
We had to get through it.
You should not be sorry.
Okay.
But you have those memories where you remember them
you've done something you feel so bad about,
and you just want to be like, I don't want to be a person alive in the world anymore.
Totally.
Because this is horrible.
Totally.
But I was thinking about this, man. That's like a microcosm of something I think a lot of people deal with, mm-hmm. because I feel like this a lot. In that sometimes it feels like your friends, who you think are your closest friends, don't make time for you.
Yes.
And that sucks.
Yes.
And when that happens to me, I don't know if this happens to you, but when that happens to me, particularly repeatedly in short periods of time, it makes me think, do these people give a shit about me at all? And do I want to be friends with them?
Totally.
And yeah, it sucks. I've been dealing with that a lot lately.
I hope I haven't made you feel that way.
It's
I know I couldn't go out tonight, but
no. It's that, and I don't think anybody's doing it maliciously, because at the end of the day, I have to remind myself that everybody has their own shit going on.
mhm.
And then when I think about this, I remember me doing this to you and other people, and it's because I was dealing with my own shit and being kind of, I mean, I was being a piece of shit,
No.
but 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 I'm dealing with my own shit that's keeping me from making time for those people.
Yeah.
So it's I have to try to remind myself of that, but yeah, it's
Man, it makes me sad
it
because I
sucks.
know what you're saying, and I've done it too unintentionally.
Mhm.
I feel like a few years ago I had a lot of friends, and now I feel like I have almost no friends.
I
And
feel the same.
I'm like crushingly lonely. Like yesterday, I got on my computer. I was like, I want to talk to someone. I had no one to talk to. I don't know what to do. And it makes me fucking so sad.
Me too.
And I don't know. I don't know how to rectify it. And I don't know if anyone like that was my friend. Think like I don't know. Eventually, like your friends just stop trying to hang out with you if you don't hang out with them. And
Yeah.
I think there was definitely times where I mean I'm still like this. Where like if someone's like, hey, do you want to go to South Austin and hang out? Like I hardly ever want to do that because I'm so introverted and
Yeah.
that stuff stresses me out so much. But I just don't have a group of friends anymore. And I'm envious when I see people that have like, I have a group of friends. Like you have a group of friends. You have your bachelor parties with and stuff like that. And, you know, I have you and I have Brian. And those are the people I talk to most regularly. I have two friends that I would say I talk to regularly. I have a couple other friends that I talk to somewhat regularly. Like Adam, we talk like at least once a week,
Hmm.
but we never play games anymore. And I want to, but he's just busy.
Yeah.
And he's also in Vancouver. So like in Austin, I have very few people that I can hang out with or see. It bums me out so much.
Well, this is something both of us are dealing with, in that most of our friends who used to live here don't live here anymore.
I know. Ben moved away.
Yeah, I mean, nearly all my friends. I have my friend Austin, who moved away. Dave, Ben. I mean,
Dave.
all of the people I would typically used to hang out with are not here anymore,
Yeah.
and that sucks.
It's hard, dude.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to cry, Hudson. But this is
listen,
like loneliness is fucking real, especially as you get older, man. It's so hard to make new
it's
friends.
harder to make new friends. It really is.
And especially like I don't work in an office anymore. So like even if I got a job, I'm not gonna go. Man, working remotely for a job exclusively, you barely interact with people. So like
Yeah.
you don't have time to make those people your friends. And when you do, it's all like superficial team building. Like let's play a game for this allotted 1 hour period.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's painful. So
Well,
this is a public service announcement. If you want to be our friends,
please,
please be our friends.
we need friends.
Oh man.
Man, just whenever if you're feeling like you want to just hang out and talk to somebody, just message me. I mean, I may not be
Yeah.
able to or want to, because I
When you say hang out and talk, do you mean like talk on Discord or do you mean like go somewhere?
yeah. Well, what were you meaning?
Well, yesterday I was just what was I doing yesterday? I was like working on stuff.
Hmm.
And I got on Discord and I'm like, well, it's definitely too early for Hudson because he's asleep. And I would have messaged you, but I don't want to wake you up.
Oh,
So
wait, what time was it?
it's probably like 10.
Oh, yeah, that's about when I'm waking up
No,
or
I don't
hitting
like.
my alarm.
I don't want to think. I don't like bombard you with messages when you're like when you open your phone. You're like, Adam messaged me a bunch of times. So, but yeah, I mean, like I do like just talking on Discord, but I'd like to hang out sometime. I don't feel like me and you hang out a lot. I know we do this podcast,
Mhm.
and sometimes we go out to board games, but I don't think we like say like, hey, let's hang out today, and go sit on a couch, watch stupid movies, spend days doing stuff,
I don't do
whatever.
that with anybody.
Yeah, let's do it. And I'm
Okay.
serious because I don't have no friends. I don't
Just
know.
the way you said that's hard.
I don't know the last time I did that. It's so much fun, but I never get to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Well, I mean, I've told you about this. Whenever the next time Ben and DJ come into town, because we do that, and we want more people to do that with.
Yeah,
I I I think I invited you
you did.
to do that like once or
You
twice,
did.
and then I felt like, oh, you don't want to do that. And
I don't recall what was going on, but I definitely want to do that.
yeah, and it was just misunderstanding because I invited you and I thought, oh, he doesn't want any part of this
No.
because I'm doing the thing where I'm thinking that you don't want to hang out with me, even though it's you just have other stuff going on or whatever. You know,
I know.
we've talked about
Yeah,
all this, but yeah,
yeah. No,
let's
I
do it.
want to.
We have a great time. It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to happen. It'll happen this year, but we don't know.
That's fine.
We try to do that at least once a year.
That's really cool. What do you guys do? You guys just stay at your place and you guys
It
go
depends
somewhere?
on well actually we did this. We went to Ben's place in Washington at the beginning of this year.
Nice.
And yeah, for 2 or 3 days we just hang out, drink, play board games, do stupid shit. Uh, we we play stupid games. We try to make a game up to play
Uh-huh.
over the time we're playing, and uh, our idea was, do you remember icing? Where you like give somebody a Smirnoff Ice and they have to chug it?
Oh.
Okay, so we used to ice each other a lot in college, and Smirnoff Ices are gross, and so you having to chug one is way grosser than just having to drink one.
Are they gross?
They're not fun. They're definitely not fun to chug. It's like sweet carbonated, like chugging a soda.
Gotcha.
But we were like, okay, we're gonna play this game, and then as we were talking about it, we were like, we don't want to drink Smirnoff Ice, so we just got a ton of White Claws.
No, that's
then-
so much worse.
No, I like White Claws.
I just imagining chugging a seltzer water. It sounds horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but so the game just evolved into this really weird game where what we decided was instead of handing it to somebody, you'll hide it somewhere, and the first person to find it has to drink it. But if you you can just drink it regularly, but if you chug it, then the person who hid it has to also drink one. So it was this
Dude, what a fucking drunk wreck that sounds like.
we were hiding them everywhere. I mean, all over Ben's house.
Dude,
It was so fun. So
it's a really dumb game.
we
but
do
I like
stupid
it.
shit like that all the time.
It's like a better version of Easter. That's so cool. Oh man. Do you did we talk about rejection sensitivity before?
I think so, but
Okay.
go ahead.
No, I think I've already told this story. I was talking about like the first time I felt rejected when I went to go play hockey. Did I tell this? So I was 5. I just moved to a new neighborhood, and in the neighborhood, like kind of like the street that you're on, they're the kids that play with each other,
Mhm.
and then like the next street over, they'll have their own little group of friends and kids. So on my street, I look out my backyard, and my street's the shape of a U, and I'm sort of like here. And so on the other side, like in the middle, there's like a big field, and then next to it's like a road. And there's kids; they're all playing roller hockey on it, and I play roller hockey, and I love roller hockey, even at 5. So I got all of my pads on. I put on my shin pads, my knee pads, my elbow pads, my wrist pads, my helmet. I got my stick, and I skated over. And they go, "Oh hey!" And they go, "Hi!" And they go, "You know you can't play with us, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I know that. Yeah." Uh-huh. And I sit down on the curb and I watch them play. It was nice to watch. And then I go home. Dude, it was horrible, man. And
Oh, that became a core memory.
it was a core nightmarish memory. And that was the first time I felt true rejection and like being made to feel like I wasn't a part of wasn't welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And that sticks with me now. And like that's why I worry so much about people not liking me or people rejecting me.
Yeah.
It's rough, dude.
Yeah.
Do you have any bad memories like that?
I'm trying to think if I had rejection stuff like that pretty early on, but I'm not
Did,
sure if I did.
did anyone ever do anything like malicious to you? That might have been malicious, but there are times when you know.
Man, I'm trying to think.
Can I give you an example?
Yeah.
This is probably the meanest thing someone's ever done to me, like intentionally. I was in my junior year, and there's a junior and a senior prom. I don't know why. I wasn't going to go to my junior prom because why would I? I already went to a senior prom when I was a freshman, so I didn't have to go to my senior one or junior one. And so a little bit before the prom, a girl who's 1 year younger than me asked me to go to it. And she's a relatively good-looking girl, but like we never really talked. She was always kind of in a different social circle, but she seemed cool. And I said, sure. And so we end up going to this dance together. Kind of hanging out, chit-chatting beforehand. I think we smoked a little weed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's time to go out and dance. And I get out there and we start dancing. And she just like turns around. And she goes, nah.
Oh my God.
And so I stood there like, what? And then she just starts dancing with some other people. And I was like, this is the worst day of my life.
Oh my God,
Dude. And you will never see me dance because I don't dance. Period. I didn't like dancing at the time because it's very awkward. When you're not, I just never was good at it. And for that to be like one of my first dancing experiences, I was like, and so the rest of the night, I sat in a chair alone. Well, everyone danced. Never saw her again. She was just there to go to the dance and dance with other people. Which, it's just, as a 17, 16-year-old kid, it just sucked, man.
dude. That's brutal. That's shattering.
Yeah.
Oh
It was
my God,
brutal,
dude.
dude.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Those
It's not okay.
made me think of the those are like, and that is high school, but that is like
Yeah.
that's a formative experience of trust and self-image.
Yeah.
Because you're standing in the middle of a dance floor and the person you came to the prom with turns around and goes, no. You're like, and then you kind of feel like everyone's looking at you kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that is, I feel that feeling of everyone's looking at me everywhere I go. There's a crowd.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Well, you should know that now everyone is looking at you because you're like a big dude.
That's one of the reasons I hate going places because I'm like,
and you look awesome.
Because I'm so fucking, I know I can feel people looking at me, and whether it's just to look at my beard or because I'm the biggest fucking fat ass in the room, like
You're not a fat ass.
I am, but it's like I just hate it. I hate the eyes because because when you have low self-image and you feel eyes on you, you're judging yourself through other people's eyes. And you're like, how do I
for
look?
sure.
And it's like, I don't look good. They're probably thinking about how fat and sweaty I am because I'm so sweaty because all these people are looking at me. Because when I get anxiety, the first way it shows is like sweat.
Yeah.
I can't wear certain colored shirts. Like I wore a gray shirt yesterday just to do stuff around the house. In like 15 minutes, I just had I was like a fucking Dalmatian. I had like spots everywhere. Jesus Christ, bro.
Man, I know it's hard to hear this stuff because when people say this to me, I'm just like, no. But you look fucking good. Like you're a good looking dude.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
And you have like a very magnetic personality and a magnetic presence in rooms you're in.
Thank you. I don't believe you, but I appreciate you saying it.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
What would it take for you to believe me?
Dude, have you seen my wife? She is 10 out of 10, gorgeous, the coolest personality, the most incredible woman and somehow she's my wife, and that didn't convince me. So
So nothing will.
nothing. Because even then, you have people being like, you're dating out of your league. And dude, there's one person that said that to me 2 times, and you know them. I'm not going to name them, but I know you don't like this person either. Like, for me, I'm just like, this person's going to die so unhappy.
I'll cut it out, because I don't remember. Who is this? I'm not even gonna say it. Oh, yeah. What a fucking asshole that guy is.
Yeah.
God, I hate that guy.
I know you do.
I hate that guy so much.
Yeah.
Such a fucking tool.
There's someone else
I don't hate people very often.
I know. And I don't either. And I almost forgive that guy, which should put into perspective the person I tell you that I hate all the time, should put into perspective how much I hate that person. Because, man, yeah. There's another person that said, when I first started dating Grace, you want your friends to be happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
And instead this person goes, oh, yeah, I knew her and I definitely had a chance with her. What the fuck, bro?
Jesus.
Yeah. And I was like, I didn't talk to him for years. I've forgiven him. I don't think he even knows it bothered me because I didn't bring it up.
That is a person with a more fragile self-image than even you.
Oh, I know.
Because to say something like that means that your ego is on a balance on a knife's edge.
Yeah. Have we ever? It's the person that can't remember your name, and if we've talked about that previously, cut this out. But otherwise, you can keep it in. But you always complain because they never remember your name, and it made you feel not important.
Fuck, who was it? I'll cut it out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely cut it out.
I have very mixed feelings about that guy.
I've definitely forgiven him. He's been, still don't think he likes me very much, but
I used to really dislike him, but the last couple of years, my interactions with him were a lot more positive. I think maybe he grew a lot as a person.
He did for sure.
I may not have to cut this story out
because
I'm not going to name names.
Okay.
But this is another, just on the theme of people being shitty and rejecting. And this was during the Let's Play Live tour. And you know how much work those were.
Insane.
And how exhausting those were. And after the second show, which was in New York, which was the show that we had to set up overnight. So we started setting up at midnight. We were done at 6 a.m.
Jesus, dude.
We had to go back to the hotel, sleep for 6 hours, come back in the middle of the day, do 3 hours of setup. Then we could nap again. And then I may be misremembering the timeline, but it was something so insane. Like this. The show went off. It was great. I was dead tired. Exhausted. So was Adam. We were all just exhausted. And one person who was a cast member walked by. Everybody was leaving. He says, Adam did a great job. He goes, Hudson, you exist. And then he just walked away. In the moment, what I did was laugh. Because that's like a defense mechanism for me.
Dude, what a fucking piece of shit. What an asshole.
Yeah.
Who? You can just cut the name. No way.
Yeah. That guy has always been a fucking asshole.
What the fuck, man?
It is, and he doesn't seem to be an asshole to other people. I don't understand. He just hates me specifically. He's always said demeaning, rude shit.
Yeah, he's literally always been really nice to me and about me.
Yeah.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, it was super fucked.
Do you have any positive or anything to share otherwise?
Different topics?
Oh, actually, go back to you're feeling like friends don't have time for you. How can we rectify that? Do you just want to hang out with me more? Because I want to hang out with you more.
Yeah, we can hang out more.
Because I do not a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No, I do want to hang out more. We talked about this previously. I need to plan things
Okay.
because I just am so unspontaneous, and
Where's
I
a food place we can plan to go? Because I really want to go get food sometime.
you want to try that weird orange chicken?
Yeah. So, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Wait, in Hapdotty.
Yeah, the Hop Dotty
Yeah.
orange chicken
I'd be down.
sandwich.
Yeah.
It may not be good.
Yeah, I almost want to let you get it first and see if you like it's great.
I mean, what we can do is we can go there one night
Yeah.
and just get some margaritas, and I'll order it, and I'll let you know if it's good. Maybe we can split it, and then if it sucks, we'll split something better.
Bro, man, I hope it's good. But you brought up this fucking, you're like, this wing place. This place it's not a wing place. It's just a place that happens to have what you describe as the best wings you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the menu, and it was $10 for 5 wings, which to a East Coaster is fucking absurd.
No, I get it. They're so expensive. They're also huge.
I really need to I really need to see them to understand the magnitude.
Yeah.
But there's almost no circumstance where I can justify paying $10, $2 a wing.
Yeah, for me, it is the quality of those wings.
What or explain them?
I don't know. They're just so good.
Are they just buffalo wings or are they something else?
I'm not a wing connoisseur. I'm not really a wing guy. I mean, I like wings.
But you understand if something has buffalo sauce on it or if it doesn't.
Is that what a buffalo wing is? Just
Yeah.
has buffalo sauce on it?
I mean, technically, it's kind of gotten skewed where now buffalo wings can incorporate. If you can you can get buffalo wings, but then have them with a different sauce on them. So, do they have buffalo sauce on them?
I don't remember their sauce options. They only had a few.
Okay.
And they were all pretty good. And I'm not the only person who's eaten those. And I took several people there with me.
I'm not saying that I
No,
don't
no,
believe
I'm
your
not.
taste.
I'm not saying that as in a defensive way. I'm saying other people have verified that these are among their favorite wings they've ever had, despite the fact that they are expensive. What's really going to be awesome is if the quality has gone downhill since I last went there, and
There we go.
I'm gonna take you there.
Dude, some of these fucking places in Austin, like they expand really fast, and their consistency is just like gone.
Oh yeah,
Like Cilantro is one where the one near the Rooster Teeth office is my favorite, and it's consistently amazing. And then all of the other ones are generally like kind of mediocre.
The one close to me is it's very hit or miss.
Dude, it's such a bummer because this is my favorite food, but I don't want to drive to
So good.
Mueller to get it.
Yeah.
Dude, can we this is something I want to bring up, speaking of food, that really pisses me the fuck off. We went to Bird Biscuit, which is a fantastic
So good.
biscuit place. A place to get basically fried chicken on a biscuit. It's like a chicken sandwich on a biscuit. The biscuits are unbelievable. The sauces, the composition of this sandwich is immaculate. They're beautiful too. But we went there for my birthday, Grace orders, and at the one we went to, it's just a kiosk. You place your order, and there's a window where they hand it to you when you get your food ready. So she places her order, and it's like, "Do you want a tip?" So she tipped, and I thought about it, and I was like, "Why the fuck are we tipping 20% when we haven't gotten any service? We haven't even seen a person, and the whole service provided is handing us our food."
Yeah, tipping is out of control.
And I'm a good tipper. I tip more than 20%.
Me too.
My rule is like, if a 20% tip would be $8.11, I'll tip $9. So I round up to the above the 20% number.
Yeah, but I'm not. When you order food for pickup and it's just sitting out, you order it online and you go pick it up and it's just sitting on a shelf somewhere, and there's and your options on checkout are 15, 20, or 30% tip. Are you out of your damn mind? I didn't interact with a human once during this process. Why would I tip?
It's crazy.
And restaurants do that because it subsidizes lower wages
Yeah,
for their
and
employees.
you feel like if you don't, especially on these ones where you have to tip ahead of time, you feel like something's going to be worse about your food
Yeah.
or fucked with. Um, they do it. I don't go to Starbucks anymore, but I found out that now they do it at the window when you do drive-through. That if you pay with a card, they'll hand you the terminal and say you just have to answer that question, and it's like, do you want to tip $1, $2, or $3 for your $5.50 coffee?
It's crazy. And all of those checkout apps have crazy amounts of tip. The
I don't
preset
want to
options are
tip.
crazy.
I don't want to tip any amount for getting coffee, and I
No.
like Starbucks. I go when Christmas time comes around. I'll drop a 20 in, but like I don't want. This is not fair. It's not that it's not fair. It's just not. It's crazy. It's a crazy ask.
Yeah, I will tip at local coffee places,
Sure.
particularly when I'm getting something that somebody makes and not just
I get a cold brew.
filling up. Yeah, not
Yeah.
just turning on a faucet and turning it off.
Yeah.
Um,
Like this is not.
Eh.
You get paid an hourly wage to tip that faucet. Like it's a tap.
yeah, and I will tip at restaurants, and I will tip well at restaurants.
So do I.
30%
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah. I do that too.
Because I worked in restaurants. I know how stressful that is. But and it's not that it's not stressful to work in fast food, but it's just that it's crazy to ask. It's crazy to ask for customers to subsidize your shit wages for your
Totally.
employees, and it's not fair to those employees that I don't tip. But I have a part-time job, so I can't really tip you. Sorry.
Yeah.
If I was super rich, I probably would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of tipping, sorry, go ahead.
No. Go on.
Do you think this happened to me? I used to work at a bakery here in Austin, and I'm pretty sure this is illegal, but I never found out, and I definitely didn't know that this was maybe problematic when I was working there. But the owners would collect tips. There was like a tip jar, and they would keep all the tips.
That's 100% illegal.
Yeah, I was almost positive it was
100% illegal.
Yeah, those people sucked.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They're probably. I mean, other people came out with you. You could probably sue them. They'd be in big trouble. But it's hard to prove the amounts because it's all cash tips that they just kept.
It was also so long ago.
Yeah. Fucking. Casa Bonita doesn't do tips. And they got bought by they were going out of business, and then the South Park people bought them. Matt Stone and Trey Parker. They reopened it recently in the past month, and they got rid of tips, so there's no tipping in that establishment, and every employee makes $30 an hour.
I think that's great.
It's great. Some people, there's apparently like 2 people are upset, but they have like 500 employees, so it's a pretty good percentage.
Yeah. And I know a lot of bartenders and servers are against
Bartenders for sure.
Are against that because they make more than $30 an hour especially on busy nights, and I get that. But yeah, it's just I hate tipping culture.
I hate it, man.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, like in countries where you go and they're like, you don't tip here. It's offensive to tip.
Right.
It's like you're treating them like a creature of the night. Like don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last night, Grace was like, she's sitting on. We sit in the recliners over there and just watch TV and stuff at night. And she's like, "Can you get me a drink and make me a cup of ice cream, like a mug of ice cream?" I said, "Sure." So I went and got her a mug of ice cream. I bring it out to her, and she goes, "Oh, can you put the magic shell in there?" I'm like, "Do we have magic shells?" She's like, "Yeah, I got some." I go, "Oh, okay." So I went and do you know what magic shell is?
I don't know what that is.
It's like a topping that comes in a bottle, and it's like chocolate, and you pour it on, and when it comes in contact with the ice cream's cold enough that it makes it hard. But otherwise, it looks like Hershey syrup until you pour it on, and then it freezes, and it's kind of like fudgy and nice.
Okay.
And so I went and looked for it, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, "Where is it?" She's like, "I thought I put it in the pantry." And I look in the fridge, and it's in the fridge. And all the like calamitous stuff to happen to magic shell, it's like putting it in the fridge is the worst thing you can do. So I pull it out, and it's like an ice cube. It's hard as a fucking rock. All I wanted was the magic shell. Nothing I could do. It was in the fridge. It's so fucking funny.
Oh man.
Fucking magic shell.
You don't care, but I finished Silo. I thought that show was great.
Nice. So
I really liked it. I know to you, came across really boring, and the pacing was really boring. But man, I'm such a sucker for sci-fi mysteries
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I guess it just depends on the mood. Like, I like a slow sci-fi movie. I thought Blade Runner 2047 was
yeah,
kind of slow, but it's just like beautiful and
yeah, the cinematography is absolutely incredible on that show.
yeah. That guy made another movie called Prisoners. Dennis, what's his name? Dennis Villeneuve.
Dillis, Dillis,
Dillis
Dennis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. Okay.
I can't remember.
Either way, you're probably right. Yeah, he made another one called Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and Terrence Howard and Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's great. Also, a very pretty movie. Not
He
not Blade Runner. He was also Dune.
made Dune, which
Yeah.
is probably one of my top 5 favorite movies ever.
It's so good. My only
I-
complaint is that it's not a fucking complete story in any respects.
Yeah, well, they split up the first book into this and the movie that's about to come out.
Yeah, I just don't feel like there was no like it. There was no. You could not watch that movie in a vacuum without the second movie coming down the line and think it was like a complete story.
Yeah,
So, but that other than that,
I have to tell you this. Leslie has refused to watch Dune.
why?
I don't know.
She likes the board game.
I don't fucking know. She never is like this with any media. And I have been trying to get her to watch Dune for years. And she keeps saying, I think it looks boring. And so just the other night, I was like, Leslie, the second movie is coming out. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Why are you being so stubborn about this? This movie is so good. She's like, well, give me the elevator pitch because I just think it sounds boring. And I was like, okay. So I gave her a quick rundown of the backstory. And then I was just explaining trying to give intro to the plot without giving too much away. And she says, yeah, that sounds boring. And I was like, okay, watch the trailer. We've watched the trailer before. She's like, okay, I'm going to watch the trailer. And she watched the trailer, and then she goes, oh, that looks good. I was like, I almost lost my fucking mind. I didn't even include this in the podcast. We've watched this trailer before, and I have been asking her to watch this movie. And she goes, oh, this looks good. I don't think I saw this before. I was like, you absolutely have seen this before. We've watched this before. So we're gonna watch Dune again. I've seen it.
I'm glad you
4
are.
times.
It's so good. It's one of the few movies I've bought on 4K Blu-ray.
It's so good.
So pretty.
I mean, the cinematography is so incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude has an eye, man. He's really good.
Yeah. And I really like the actor that plays
Timothy Chalamet.
yeah. He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
I don't we
He's
talked
a
about this
little
earlier.
guy.
I don't typically like medieval setting stuff, but he
You watched that other movie he was in?
Henry.
The King?
Yeah, I think it was Henry V.
Was it
I
him?
don't
I don't remember.
But man, that was such a good movie, and it is almost entirely carried by the incredible acting in that.
I
Movie.
don't think I watched it. I should.
It's really good.
Did you watch? You would probably not have because you hate this aesthetic. But did you watch Green Knight?
Oh, I loved Green Knight.
Oh God, I hate you. It's so bad.
What did you hate about it?
It's just so boring, dude. What a fucking boring.
Well, that story is boring.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then you agree. It's a boring ass fucking movie.
So I feel
I don't always like art house movies when
Yeah.
they don't, don't find another way to appeal to me. Like I can understand why something with a weird pacing and cinematography and weird jizz moments might appeal to people, but it just like none of it came together for me.
totally.
Yeah.
So that story is just really fucking weird, just in general.
Yeah.
And it's confusing, and it's like whoever the guy who wrote it was just tripping on acid, just wrote this crazy story. But Leslie really likes that stuff, and I thought the trailer looked interesting. And so what we did is we just got super high and watched it, and
That helped.
that made it. That probably was 50% of why I liked it.
That helped.
I liked it though because I don't know. I'm just I guess I tend to like the art house
I
style a
liked
lot more.
visually, I liked it,
Yeah.
but like just everything else about it was like this is boring.
Yeah, no, I think that's very valid.
But like I also came away from the Lighthouse, and when I walked out of the theater, I was like, that's horrible. And then I thought about it for the rest of the night and the next 3 days, and I was like, I actually love that movie. I think it
Hmm.
took me some time to process and enjoy, but now I think it's a great movie, even though it's fucking bizarre.
What what's your favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
The default answer is the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy,
Hmm.
but outside of those, like I grew up on Terminator 2. Star Wars is another one that kind of like it's just kind of there because it's the original trilogy was something I grew up with as well. But I grew up with Terminator 2, Alien, and Predator. Alien was a little bit later because at first I didn't like it because it was way too scary. But Predator and Terminator 2, like Arnold Schwarzenegger is just like a facet for like a figure in
Yeah.
my life growing up. Like he's just like the best. I know he's not the best guy in a lot of respects, but I still like him.
Yeah, I mean,
I like him as an actor. He's just
nobody is the best person.
yeah,
I think he's a mixed bag like most people.
yeah. So my dad would show me those movies, and especially I think Terminator probably took the cake for me. Of like this is like my favorite movie growing up. But there's a lot of them, man. So it's hard for me to say like this is the one movie I'd watch forever, and if it was, it would be Lord of the Rings.
Interesting.
I will sit there and play the Shire music, like the 10-hour loop of it, just all day. I love it. I love it. It's the best. It's the
Man.
best. What about you?
I don't know. I don't know if I guess similarly, I don't know if I have a favorite movie. I really loved Aliens,
Mm,
the second one. I think if I had to say top three or somewhere top that's in my top three.
hmm.
Um, Dune is probably up there,
Dune's pretty fucking good.
and oddly enough, Spotlight is one of my absolute favorite movies.
I don't think I've seen it. I haven't even heard of it.
It's a the story about a group of journalists who first broke open the extreme pedophilia ring in the Catholic Church.
Oh,
And I'm a big sucker for journalistic movies. I just love a good journalism story, and it's really well made. It's Rachel McAdams and Michael Keaton,
hmm.
really good actors,
Hmm.
and it's a hard story to watch,
Yeah,
obviously,
I bet.
because of the subject matter. But man, it's so good.
Hmm. I like Aliens. I'm definitely like there are two different movies. Like one of them is very much a horror, and the other one is like a horror action movie. And I understand. I loved Aliens as well.
Aliens being the horror action, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot more shit in that movie,
yeah,
but the set design of Alien is just like unfucking the sounds, the everything feels so tactile. Ugh.
yeah. And to be fair, I'm not. I loved both of those movies. It's hard for me to rank one over the other,
Mhm.
but I think I generally like the action. Plus, there's just so many like stupid memorable lines in Aliens, and what's his name?
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton is so great.
Yeah. Rest in fucking peace,
I
bro.
love that guy.
Man. Yeah. Me and my friend Brian are really into horror movies, but I always get the question like, "Can you recommend me some?" And I can never think of them. So recently I was like, "Brian, we need to sit down and make a fucking list of all of the movies that we
You
watched."
showed that to me. I can you
And
send me that?
yeah, well, we haven't finished it yet.
Oh,
We're
okay.
getting there, but we're like 200 movies in, and we each have our ranking, our notes, and what we're gonna do is make. I already have a few of list of deep cuts that I will recommend to people that like you wouldn't just find on any given list. Um, but that's been a really fun little side project that we both
That's
contribute to and
cool.
look at every day. I said these to you, but I'll say them to you again. The ones that are like deep cuts that I would recommend are The Borderlands, A Dark Song, and I just added it to the list. Try Resolution. Those are really weird movies, like more indie budget, but I have a lot.
Okay.
but especially the Borderlands, man. There's something about that movie. Fucking love it. And The Dark Song is one that like I've never seen anything like it, and it was really scary and really weird, and I definitely liked it.
It's cool. Speaking of really weird, and this is not good weird, it's bad weird.
Oh no.
Did you ever watch Men?
No, I started to, and I was like, what the fuck is this? A24 does some weird ass shit, man.
If you ever get around to it or get a wild hair, please finish that movie.
So
It's so fucking, it is the weirdest, most what the fuck ending I've ever seen in my life.
okay. I think I need to finish that one, and I need to finish Mother.
I think I watched Mother.
That was one Brian was like, you should go back and finish that movie. Because it was also really weird. But
Yeah, I like it.
does Men have animal cruelty in it? I have a thing where if I see an animal get hurt, I turn off a movie now. I become very sensitive to it.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
I don't remember animal cruelty. It might, but I don't remember it having it in there.
Yeah, it's a fucking bummer. Like it's horror's my favorite genre, but one of the most common tropes is like, 20 minutes into a movie showing the cat, and you're like, great. I know what's going to happen to this cat. And thankfully, there's a site that says, does the dog die? Where you can search, like, does the cat die? And it will tell you yes or no. And I will generally either stop the movie or look that up because it's a fucking bummer. It happens with dogs too. That also bothers me. But cats more so because I have cats.
Right.
But yeah, man, that shit really bugs me. I hate that trope. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
It's just, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just so interesting to me that the people die. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. That's fine. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Actors I know are acting. When it's cats or something, I know it's all fake. But like, first off, back in the day, a lot of it wasn't fake, and they were abusing animals. So that some of that carries over. But like, I don't know. Just like the idea, like when I see an actor get hurt, I'm like, it's an actor. But when I see a cat get hurt, I just like I cannot separate the fake from the reality and how bad I feel for an innocent creature.
Yeah, but they don't do that stuff now.
I know, but
you say some of it carries over.
Carries over in my mind.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah.
That you think about the cat actors or the man like in the fucking in the Abyss. Have you ever seen that movie? It's a James Cameron movie. They do a thing called it's a breathing liquid, and they put these fucking rats in this fucking. They basically like are drowning a rat in the movie, and it's real. And they don't kill it, but like they do that, and like that is horrible.
Yeah, because the rat doesn't know.
Yeah, the rat's just like, what the fuck? It's wet.
I don't know how old is that movie?
The Abyss came out in I want to say 93.
Okay, so there was still a little bit of acceptability of like it's just a rat.
Or did it come out in 1989? When did The Abyss come out?
I don't know.
92? Somewhere between 89 and 93.
Okay.
one somewhere in those years. Man, James Cameron's the fucking best though. Other than that part.
Yeah.
That movie's crazy. There's a making of that movie, and what's his name? Oh my god, it's gonna bug the fucking shit out of me. Well, the main actor in that movie, there's a scene where he's falling down into an abyss. The way it's filmed horizontally, and he's being towed along on a line to fall. And shortly behind him, he has a person with a respirator to give him air. While the respirator guy gets fucking like caught back, and the line that's pulling the guy keeps going. So like, here's the actor, here's his air, and they're separating, and he almost drowns because he couldn't get air fast enough. Crazy shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And you also hear about movie actors nowadays where they're like, we have to film something underwater. We need to be able to hold our breath for 6 minutes or so. So they're underwater, not breathing for 6 minutes. How the fuck are you doing that? Give me like 45 seconds. And I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, I can't hold my breath for very long.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to be I don't want to be underwater.
Yeah.
For any amount of time.
Dude. Got time for game talk?
Yeah. What have you been playing?
Well, I've still been playing Diablo. It's so weird. I just kind of go on there and I play a few dungeons. I'm just kind of unique hunting. I'm barely even like picking up gear, but I'm powerful enough at this point where, I mean, I'm still not able to do like above tier 50, but like I'm still clearing shit pretty well.
Right.
Um, they just announced their season 1 plans. Pretty disappointing.
Oh, was it? I didn't end up getting a chance to watch most of it,
Yeah. So
but initially you were saying
well,
it was kind of looking good.
the first thing sounded cool. So the first thing they showed was like basically there are these, I can't remember the name. There's some kind of hearts,
Hmm.
malignant hearts, and you put them in your jewelry, and they give you essentially another legendary effect. Basically, kind of like an aspect, but
Hmm.
additional. And there are 30 new effects that are unique to these items. So that's something.
Yeah.
30 new ways to play around with your build, which I find pretty interesting. And the event tied to that is like, oh, you'll find these enemies in the world, you kill them, and then you'll start like a little mini event. Well, you'll kill a wave of enemies, and then you kill these guys, and you get their heart, and you put this heart in your gear. That's pretty much it for like that is the seasonal uh, mechanic. Then there's a battle pass where you'll level up and get the cosmetics off of it. Um, and they added 9 legendary aspects and 6 uniques, and that's it. And there's no changes to endgame or anything like that. And no changes to endgame is a fucking bummer, dude, because it's just not. There's not that. I don't feel like there's much to chase.
Yeah. Well, okay. So depending, how often are they going to do seasons?
Minimum of 120 days
Okay. So I will say that 9 legendary aspects and 6 uniques per season is kind of a lot.
compared to Path.
No, but that's like a good amount. Path typically will add 4 or 5 uniques. Um, well, Path will add a lot more than Diablo's adding, but like that had because Path adds whole entire systems to the
Right.
game, and usually an in-game boss every single league.
I think there is a boss as well. I don't know much about it, but there's not. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the core end game loop is still like run your
Yeah,
dumb dungeons.
well, yeah, it's going to be hard for me to go back to that game until the end game is anything more than just running nightmare dungeons because those
That's
nightmare
all it is.
dungeons are so boring.
They're so boring. And it has helped a lot now that you can teleport directly to them.
Yeah,
I hope that like the way it's implemented right now is like you teleport to them and then you're outside of them, so you have to load again to go in. But
yeah.
other than that, they also like they mentioned stash space, but they're like we're thinking about it. Like we're definitely trying, but they have made no commitment to like fix that. And
They're going to
that's
sell those
that is
though.
fucking me up, dude.
Yeah,
Like that is the part of the game that I hate the most right now, above anything else.
yeah.
That and not having the ability to quickly change class or quickly change my loadout. And they are adding that. Thankfully,
Hmm.
they're adding like a quick ability reset. I don't know if that's going to include the ability to save loadouts and stuff, but I have I've been building all this gear for my Thorns build. I've gotten all of the gear I need for it, but I don't. It costs 10,000 gold a node to reset your Paragon board, and I have if I'm level 92, so that's 40 levels. That's 160 plus the 40 you get, or the how many you get? Yeah, 10, 40 you get off. Wait, 20 you get. It's a lot of fucking nodes. It's a really
Yeah.
expensive thing to reset, and you have to click, 200 fucking nodes.
Oh, clicking those is crazy.
Uh, and then just to see if it works. And if it doesn't, you can't
Yeah.
go back to your old thing without redoing it all. It's just such a huge fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, it feels it's weird to say this. Part of this is because of the time I've spent in Path and how quickly you can end up learning how to run that campaign so quickly.
Hmm.
Um, but it feels easier in Path to try a new build than in Diablo to me.
You would know. I have not restarted. I've played a couple other characters to like 10 or 15, but I haven't gone much past that. And, to their credit, they're carrying over your campaign progress. You're not going to have to do the story again. They're carrying over Altars of Lilith, and they're carrying over waypoints and zone exploration. So the things you'll have to redo are the dungeons, but you do at least get the start of like you're probably
Yeah.
gonna have all your ability points from the get go,
Yeah.
if you've done that already.
Yeah, I don't even but to me it's like then what's even the fucking point of all this shit?
it's
What's the point of having all this in the game in the first place if
it's just default.
you
once
just
you
do it once and then don't ever do it again?
That part doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess so. It's weird to me.
It's not it's because it's such a grind. It's like not something I want to do again.
Yeah,
I don't mind that it's like a one-time deal, but I do mind that I have to do all the fucking dungeons again. But I understand it from like a you need to unlock the codex's perspective.
yeah.
But
I think what irks me the most is that there isn't. Um, Again, just to make a comparison with Path. In Path, it's a there's a skill level to running the campaign, and there's the knowledge of they call them zone tells,
mhm,
which will tell you there's things you can look for in every zone that tell you what the right way to go is
mhm.
wherever you are. And as you learn those, you get so much faster at the campaign that I can do the campaign on a fresh character in 8 hours. With leveling uniques on my second character that league, I can do it in about 4.
As someone who doesn't know those tells in Path, I still feel like the map design encourages you to go in a certain direction, and it's
Usually, yeah.
generally pretty good. I've never felt lost in Path the way I feel lost in Diablo.
Yes. Yeah, they have a Path does a lot of I don't even know what the word is. Unintentional tells, or not unintentional. Suggestive tells. Like
Mhm.
it feels like the right way to go a lot often
Right.
wherever you're running. Their in-game maps are usually relatively linear. Um, and the thing that is going to keep me from going back to Diablo is as far as I can tell, there's nothing in that game that will let me level quicker the more knowledge I get about the game.
Yeah. I mean, that renown system is supposedly going to help you level quicker because you're going to be more powerful. But you've
It's-
been there, so
yeah,
you would know if it's fast enough, and it doesn't seem like it is.
yeah. That man, that night whatever the tree grind is to level up their adventure mode is so boring, so boring.
Yeah, and I don't foresee this new campaign. It's like they're doing it's a mini storyline that you're going to follow. I don't know. Maybe that will be interesting enough.
Yeah.
But the other thing that they said that was kind of disappointing was some like they did the Immortal release at the same time, and they're getting a content update too that includes a new class. And one of the Q and A's was like, "Are we getting any new classes for Diablo 4?" And Rod Ferguson was like, "No plans at this time." It's like just so it seems like I mean, if the past of Diablo 3 is anything to go by, we're not going to get classes until an expansion that you pay for. It would be so nice to have every season a new class to look forward to, or maybe every other season, and maybe that will be the case. I don't know.
Yeah. That is kind of a lot though for every season.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Diablo Immortal is getting a ton. They have
Yeah.
less to balance, and it's more of a mess of a game. But
Mhm.
yeah, when they're on the same stream and they're getting one and we're not.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be totally honest, I probably there's a good chance I won't return to that game until there's a new class because I also don't like any of the classes that are
Yeah,
currently there.
I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I
I
want
would like to.
I want a crusader or a paladin
I
or a
want a
witch
Crusader
doctor
so
or
fucking
something.
bad, man. What do you think the first class are going to be? Is I know everyone wants a Crusader, but something tells me they're going to go some wild direction. I also, I'm still playing that Final Fantasy game, 16. It is. I'm no longer enjoying the combat in the between moments. Like I just want to do the story. So
Hmm.
it is a really long game. I want to say I'm just over halfway through it, and it's like 27 hours in. I'm like, this is fucking long, man. I want to
Damn.
get through it. But Brian, I mentioned to him like playing this just makes me want to play a dragoon, and so he bought me Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins, which is like an offshoot Final Fantasy game that came out a couple years ago. I had it on PlayStation 5, really liked it, and then he got it for me on PC, so we played that together. That's the wildest shitty game ever, man. There's so much in it. The game has 29 classes, and all the classes have their own skill tree. Has a ton of different weapon types. It's it's kind of like Neo because it's made by the same people that made
Hmm.
Neo. But it's so fucking janky. Everything about it is bad except for the class diversity and the combat. And so we played through that. I probably put 25 hours into that this past week.
It's cool.
It's been pretty fun. But the end game for that's all fucked up. Because
Yeah.
you get to the end game and they're like, we're on DLC 3 now. Here's some gear to get you to DLC 3. And then they literally make you, like, they give you a mode where you can just be invincible. And it's like, why wouldn't I take that mode where I'm just invincible? So I'm just kind of invincible right now. And it's so bizarre. It loses all stakes, but yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
I was just going to suggest on the ARPG subject, if you want to, we should watch ExileCon together. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. When is it?
Because that was just one of the things I was looking up earlier. It is July 29th and 30th.
Great.
So a few weeks.
I'm here.
Because that would be fun.
Yeah. I'm down.
I haven't really been playing anything other than League of Legends, which is a game that me and some of my friends pretty regularly go back to.
Small indie game.
It's just, I don't know. I like competitive games, but it's harder for me to play the super sweaty competitive shooters now. I think my aim is just getting worse, but also because I don't play them enough. But I don't know. League is just fun. We keep going back to it.
That's fair.
It's fun to get a group of people together to all have be on the same team.
I agree.
Shit is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. That's why I played Call of Duty for so long, just fucking around.
Yeah,
it's fun. I haven't played it in a while, but yep.
But yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to Remnant a lot because that's one of my favorite games.
Right. Are you going to play Baldur's Gate? Because that's coming out early now.
Yes.
Okay.
I do not know in what capacity I'm going to be playing it. Because wait, when is the release?
The 3rd of August now.
Yeah, that'll be tough because I'm going to be really into Remnant.
I get it.
I don't know. Were you going to play it?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I just watched some of the dev stream. Like they had one final dev stream, and it looks really good. I mean, I played, like we talked to last week. We played some of the beginning of that game, and it seemed really great. And now it seems like they polished it up. They're releasing the last new race. And
you gonna play it solo?
I don't know. That game's multiplayer structure is a little weird, where you have to continue. Like you have one game that you're playing with a friend. You can't link up at any point. Like it's like if we start a campaign, we're in it together.
Right.
But I'm down to.
We should try to figure it out. I know me and Leslie had talked about playing it together, but she played a lot of the early access, so I'm unsure if she wants to go back and play through it again. Because we had just kind of talked about maybe doing that.
Okay, it's okay if you want to. It's fine.
But maybe we can talk about something. Maybe all three of us can play through it. If you would at all want to have just a save that all three of us are playing.
Totally, I'd be down.
And then play another save on your own. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll get closer. We'll see how sucked into Remnant I get.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll play Remnant, but we'll see. If the reviews are absolutely stellar, then maybe I will.
You didn't like the first one?
It was fine. I feel like I just got stopped because I left for a little bit and I came back and I'm like, where the fuck? What am I supposed to be doing? And I no objective marker or anything like that. I don't know where to go, so I just stopped playing it.
Yeah,
but it was fine. Didn't really blow me away.
You didn't. Well, if you didn't get very far, you didn't get to the part where you're actually making builds, which is the part that's really that was what was really fun to me. Is that it had a bit of a Dark Souls. Well, maybe not Dark Souls. It had an ARPG element where you can grind bosses for rare drops, and or specific drops, and some of those were very powerful and can make very cool builds.
Okay.
And it seems to be that they are doubling down on that for the next one.
Then I might check it out.
So, but yeah, we'll see.
All right.
All right,
man. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.